some other questions related to other regions that might make up the shortfall or even just contribute to the global helium market. I'm thinking we'll come to Phil and Mazin on this, given that you're in the MENA region. So we've got three regions essentially: the African Horn, thinking Tanzania, India and Australia. How do you rate their production and availability of supply? We'll come to you first, Mazin.
For us in the Qatar market or in the major MENA market, we have heard about the Tanzanian production will come in the near future, and India has a bigger role or big demand portion of the global helium production. So I think if there is any news about production coming in India, that can be also consumed locally, as the case in China that Luke mentioned earlier. And in Australia, I have no clear picture about the production in that areas, but as I mentioned, each areas, if it has come to a production, it will not match the big percentage from the MENA or the expected one from Russia, and then it will directly be consumed locally. Then it will not have a big impact on the global helium market in the bigger picture.
Thanks, Mazin. And Phil, I'll throw that across to you. We had Darwin in Australia, of course, but how do you rate the African Horn, Australia and India?
Well, so, the African Horn, I guess, means Renergen in South Africa and the two companies that are prospecting in Tanzania. Renergen seems to me has a good potential to get their phase 2 project off the ground if they are able to secure financing. I spoke to Steph Morani last week in Denver, and he seemed pretty optimistic. So, I don't have firsthand knowledge of that, but if they line up their funding, then I think, there's a good chance that project will go ahead. And that's a 300 container a year plus kind of project. So, that's a real project. As far as Tanzania, you have Helium 1 and Noble Helium. It's still an exploration play. I mean, I know there's some folks who are very optimistic about Tanzania, but they need to have a discovery of helium, and until they do it, it's a speculative kind of thing. But if they do it, then depends on how much helium they find in the ground. So it's too early yet for me to really have an opinion one way or the other about Tanzania. Australia has some activity going on that could lead to future production, but the Darwin plant's winding down. I don't have the up to the minute, did it shut down last week or is it going to shut down next month? But the production is very much less than it had been. And there's really very little coming out of Australia now. Although, Darwin could end up being ramped up again in the future, depending on, what some of these other exploration projects going. As far as India, I'm not aware of anything going on in India in terms of helium production or exploration. If is a project there or projects, I haven't heard of them.